Fire away.
So Chris Thompson's roles increased.
Yeah.
Kind of strategically, how are you deploying him? What does he do? It's different.
He's, because of some of the injuries that we've had at D-line and us being short on defensive linemen, he's, excuse me, he's kind of that hybrid bigger body nickel. Where Greg, we kind of experimented with Greg a little bit in some games. Thought he's probably a little bit too small to do some of the stuff versus the bigger body personnel groupings. He's a good athlete. He's a bigger body guy. And what we're trying to do is Drake and Hunter, we're trying to keep those guys with the defensive line just so we can maintain our depth. So you're going to see a lot more of him moving forward because he does give us a little bit bigger, kind of gives us in between of what Drake and Hunter are in comparison to what Greg is. He's kind of in between just because we need those bodies up front.
And what's the primary situation where that's helpful for you?
It's helpful, but just because he's a little bit stouter, because once again, it just goes back to depth of defensive line. In the past, like last year, we utilized Drake versus like Utah and Hunter that way. But when you have some injuries and you're dealing with some younger guys, it just makes more sense for us to have more experienced guys that can play up front instead of playing a younger guy just because we want Drake to go there. Chris has played some football. Chris knows the kind of the scheme, the process with it. But we always want to kind of lean towards making sure that we've got our best guys up front in comparison to having a guy that we would probably want with Drake and Hunter, but we're going to put Chris there.
Is that a role he worked on at all in summer?
Yeah. We've always looked at him that way. We just didn't think that we would need him going into it, and then with the bodies going down, just made a full decision not to. We played Drake in so many spots in the past. We're like, you know what? Let's settle him in, let him play up front, and he's more comfortable there too.
With that D-line depth, who's available? Ishmael, Sakona?
Yeah, they're available. They're available, but they're a little bit banged up, to be honest with you. And we'll probably limit their reps, but they're going to be available for the game.
Is Nick going to play again this season?
What's that?
Is Nick going to play again?
No, yeah, he will. You can ask Dante about that one. He'll be back with us soon.
What do you think of Max gets extended?
Yeah, we will. I mean, just how many reps can Max handle? That's probably the biggest thing. But he's really starting to grow on us because now he's starting to figure out what we're doing schematically. It isn't just sitting there and try to eat up blockers. He actually knows our scheme right now. So you're going to see a lot of him too.
What have you thought of your zone coverages the last couple of weeks?
It's not been great. You know what I'm saying? So it's. Some of the man-to-man hasn't been great either. So we're just locating the football and just playing more, having more awareness, to be honest with you. This is what, we didn't do a really good job of. Some of the positives were the run game, but when you look at some of the mistakes that we made, the 3rd and 16 play, we let a guy run up the field on us. And then just like Zay, I think if he would have had that third play back, take the PI. If you lose sight of the football, it's not the NFL. That's a 15-yard penalty and we can line up and go again, but those can't be shot. So every day is just, situational awareness because that's what college football is. You can get somebody to 3rd down, you can get them to 3rd and 8+, you should be in decent shape. You just have to be aware of what's going on and just make finishing plays is the biggest thing in the back end. And then there's, early on it was some of the run stuff, but now it's becoming some of the, locating the ball, but just playing better situational football. And that's, showing them on video, showing other teams that are making the same mistakes, with Arizona State specifically with Jaden, he can extend plays. He's got people running up to go get him and he dumps the ball over top of their head. So all these things are we just got to teach like crazy. That's coaching to me, is just showing them, this stuff. Hey, what is the situation? It's 3rd and 16. Okay, where's your leverage at? Where are you at in terms of the quarterback? You're inside out. Well, stay inside out. Don't jump head up on them because the other guys are running to the football expecting you to be at a certain angle. It's all the stuff that we're trying to correct.
You saw these Asu running backs last year. Do you think they've gone up another level?
Yeah, they have. They have for sure. They all run hard, and it's competition. Just when you're competing against somebody that could take your job, and you got 3 guys that can do it. They're all firing, and then you can roll guys in and out of a system that can get people in space. And when you have that luxury of not only competition but scheme, you can be really dynamic. All 3 guys they run really, really hard.
With Isaiah, how much is it a confidence thing at this point?
It's a little bit, and we're just trying to, it's a little bit psychological. And I think that's the point where we show them film from the past and we say, okay, this is you. Don't over-process stuff and just, we're all going to make mistakes, and don't let something, you get into a high-profile place like this, and something doesn't, is not great for you, can you let it go? And that to me is, whether you're a coach or whether you're a player, do you have the mental toughness to say, I don't care what anybody else thinks. I messed it up, and I'm going to let it go. And that's kind of what we're working on with him right now, and just showing him tape of when he just pulled the trigger and just cut it loose and stop over processing, and just go play free and loose, and he'll be fine. Good. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.